Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new. I thought we'd do a bit of a different video today. I haven't done one like this before and I haven't really seen too many people, but I just figured this would be a really fun thing to do, a good way to check a few bookish things off my list. And so this video is going to be something along the lines of checking off my bookish bucket list. So basically a video full of bookish things, like we've got a book haul to go through, which I'm about to do now. We're going to do some bookish things outside my comfort zone, buying some books that I've been meaning to for a long time, everything like that. Basically a video filled with bookish activities, except these are ones that I've been like meaning to do for a long time, and I'm hoping that this video will make me push myself outside my comfort zone, do some things that have been kind of intimidating me for a while, but in like the bookish world. It'll make sense as we keep going through the video. I've got a little checklist that we're going to follow. Hopefully this will just be installment one. Hopefully we can keep this as, I don't know, maybe a monthly thing, we'll see. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a fun little video. So as I said, the first thing I want to do is do a little book haul, because I feel like in the past week or so I've gotten a lot of books sent to me and I really wanted to just show them to you guys and talk about them because they're kind of on my current reads list. A lot of them are new releases I am so excited to read. I also have a very exciting announcement, which I was going to put it later in the video, but I'm just going to say it now because I literally cannot hold it in. But when this video is up, my first podcast episode will be up with Jamie. We have a podcast together called Once Upon a Time Zone. The name pretty much refers to the fact that I live in Australia, Jamie lives in Canada, and yet we both love to just yap about books and talk everything bookish, and we have very similar taste. You guys, I'm sure you know Jamie by now. I talk about her on this channel all the time. She is the best. But our first official episode will be live. You can listen to it on Spotify, on Apple. You can watch the video on YouTube. I'm actually like so excited and it feels so surreal. I have been wanting to start a podcast for the longest time, and Jamie is the best person to start it with. She is so amazing. So if you want to go listen to our first episode, it would truly mean the world to me. I'll make sure to link everything down below. But yeah, I just wanted to get that announcement out in the open because I am literally so excited about it and I couldn't wait to tell you guys. Let's get into the book haul and some books that I've been sent recently. This first book sounds so much fun to me, and this is called Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. It is a fantasy. I believe we have an academy setting. It is a very imaginative, unique world, but also apparently feels very nostalgic of like the kind of older fantasy books, which I'm obsessed with. You guys know that. It is a slow burn enemies to lovers with incredible tension and chemistry. And the beautiful Tanya, who sent me this from Penguin, said that she hasn't been able to stop thinking about it and she read it months ago. That makes me so excited about this. As I said, I don't really know what it is, but we can read it. It says, 2 decades ago, the Blood Moons ruthlessly murdered Staff's parents, destroying her idyllic childhood. Hell-bent on revenge, she lied her way into the elite Silvercloak Academy of Detectives with a single goal: find a way to bring the Blood Moons to justice. So we do have an academy setting. I wasn't entirely sure when I said that, but this sounds so good. I am so excited to read it. This is just everything up my alley. The book tropes that I absolutely love in a good fantasy book. Oh, it just started raining. Metal Sling was also traditionally published and I read it on my Kindle when I first read it. Highly recommend. I've already read this book, just obsessed with it. But yeah, it's finally being traditionally published. So we got the paperback copy. Oh, I didn't even look in there. It's fun. Read it on my Kindle. So it's really fun to have the physical copy because this was definitely a favorite fantasy romance for me. It felt very refreshing, very unique. Plot side of things, and I just couldn't put it down. I was entirely like addicted to this plot. Highly recommend if you haven't read it already. Definitely a favorite fantasy romance. Swinging in a little bit of a different direction, we have Summer Island by Christian Hannah. Now, I haven't read anything by Christian Hannah, and this sounds to be quite like different from her recent releases. I believe this is more of a summer romance. Obviously, I'm sure we have a lot more deeper messages because it's a Christian Hannah book. I believe we are following Ruby, who goes back to the place she grew up, I think on Summer Island. I'm not honestly too sure on the plot, but obviously I've been meaning to get into Christian Hannah's book for a long time, and I was really excited when this turned up in the mail. This is the little press thing that came with it. Oh, it was originally published in 2001 and it has been re-edited and repackaged. That's really exciting. So it's publishing on the 15th of July, so this might be out by then. I'm not entirely sure. I need to read more of her books. This might be a good one to get into because it doesn't sound quite as traumatic as some of her other books. We have another fantasy in an academy setting. First of all, I love this cover. This cover feels so nostalgic for me. It feels like something I would have picked up as a child or when I was just getting into reading. It says, Lesson 1, Save the World or Die Trying. This is Neverthorn by Shannon Meyer. Welcome to Neverthorn Academy, where a bunch of magical school misfits are about to save the world, or more likely, die trying. Since dropping out of Neverthorn Academy after the death of her mother, Harlow Dragon, that's a fun name, has been working as an enchanted jewel thief. The last thing she expects is for the school to make an offer she can't refuse. Come back to Neverthorn and join 7 others with secret magical abilities in House Phoenix. There, they'll be trained in potions, rune casting, and combat. It just sounds so much fun. I just feel like I could easily just binge through this and have the best time ever. It's also really big font. It's a good sized book. I just think this is going to be one that I'm going to absolutely binge when I just need to cuddle up on the couch and read a book in a sitting. Well, maybe not a sitting, but read it, you know, quickly-ish. The last book I have to show you is Not Quite Dead by Holly Jackson. We love Holly Jackson on this channel. I love all of her books. I think I've read all of her books actually. Love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. 5 Survive is probably my favorite by her, which I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but yeah, that is probably my favorite by her. This is also an adult thriller, which is very different for Holly Jackson. I have only read YA thrillers by her. And it's a very interesting premise. Basically, we are following Jet Mason. She's violently attacked on Halloween night by an unseen intruder. She suffers a very bad brain injury, and then the doctor is certain that within a week she will be dead. So she is trying to find who attacked her and therefore was responsible for her murder, in a sense. I think this could be really, really fun, and I think it's gonna be very different. The fact that it's an adult thriller, I didn't realize that until very recently. Actually, Jamie told me. So I'm super excited to see where this goes. I love a Holly Jackson thriller. Like, I just feel like they don't go wrong. Maybe we might even start this one in this vlog. I don't know, we'll see what we get to. I am reading something else at the moment that is very, very exciting, which I'll talk about very soon. But yeah, those are the books that I've received recently, which always incredibly grateful and cannot quite believe I can say that, because Freya 2 years ago could have seen that I was receiving books like this and got to just read them early. That is insane to me. So yeah, I'm forever so grateful for publishers for sending me these kind of books, because I try and read them as much as I can. I get through as much as I can. I read as much as I can. So that's my little book haul. We can check that one off the list. Let's move on to some other little bookish activities, shall we? I'm not sure if this vlog will go over like a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I don't know. We'll just see how much we get done. Okay, whilst I'm in the same jumper, it is a different day. Ignore my fringe. It just has a mind of its own today. I haven't quite finished getting ready for the morning, but that's okay. I wanted to sit down and chat to you guys about the book I just finished. So I was currently reading this book, but I just finished it. Wanted to give you my thoughts. And then later today, I'm hoping we're going to tick off something else and go book shopping. I have a book that I need to pick up, and then also do something that's a little bit outside my comfort zone, and that is going on a solo book date. I never do this, but I thought it'd be really fun to like go get a coffee or something, go to a park, something. It's really nice weather. It's shaping up to be a good day, so go to a park or something and just sit by myself and read for a little bit, because that is kind of intimidating. I don't do it very often, and I want to be able to start implementing it more. And I really enjoy it when I do it, but actually getting out there and doing it, that's the scary thing for me. So yeah, those are our plans for today. So I'll bring you along and we'll do all of them. I also was thinking I might even try do a Kindle walk. I've been seeing a few people recently do like how many pages can I read whilst walking, and I didn't think that was a thing. I don't know how you multitask, but I kind of want to try it out. So I thought I might take my Kindle on a walk and just see if I can read it whilst walking, see if that's a thing that I can do. But the book I just finished reading is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This is her newest release, and I know a lot of people have been dying to get my thoughts on this one, so I thought I'd give you a little wrap up here before the monthly wrap up. Basically, in Catabasis, we are following 2 protagonists who are academic magicians, I would describe them as. They're studying magic and are kind of majoring in different areas of magic, and her mentor, or kind of advisor, has just passed away, and so she decides that she is going to go into hell to retrieve him, because without him she doesn't think she'll be able to basically have a career. Like, he was going to push her towards the career, give her credentials, everything like that. Before she goes down to hell, Peter, her academic rival, stumbles upon her and says that he is coming with her. So it is this journey following these 2 academic magicians through hell. I always love to see how different people represent hell or how they imagine hell. It was really interesting to see R.F. Kuang's like take on hell. I think it was very Greek inspired. There is a particular map in Greek history that it mirrors a lot, and the actual term catabasis, which I think is how you pronounce it, but it's an ancient Greek noun, and it's the story of a hero's descent into the underworld. So I think it is inspired by Greek history and everything like that. I actually really liked it. It was a bit of a whirlwind of emotions, I will say that. There were some moments that were quite jaw-dropping for me, so I would say it's a bit of a whirlwind, but a good whirlwind. It isn't a 5 stars for me in saying that, but I did have a really good time. I really connected to some of the characters. I really loved some of our characters. I thought it was a really unique book. I just had so much fun with it, which is like the main thing. So I would recommend this. My only critique is that it did feel a little slow at times. The plot was kind of a more this kind of pace. It wasn't really like high stakes, intense as you would expect when you're traveling through hell. It was almost more of a character study, and I do usually like really like that, and I did like it for the most part, but I did think it was a little bit lagging at some parts. It was a little bit slow, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but it it didn't make it to a 5-star read because of that reason. However, I still think it's worth the read. I really liked her depiction of hell. It was really interesting. Basically, like there's these different levels: wrath, violence, cruelty, desire, pride, and you have to kind of get through each layer of hell, if you will. I really liked the characters as well. I really liked Peter. He was such a great protagonist. I will say it says the most unexpected love story of the year. I wouldn't say it's an unexpected love story. I would go into this expecting a character study and a really fun depiction of hell, if that's such a thing. I wouldn't expect a love story. I wouldn't go in expecting that. I mean, it is R.F. Kuang. She doesn't really write a lot of love stories, but yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on that and give you my thoughts, because obviously it's an arc and I love giving thoughts on arcs before they come out and everything like that. I think I'm going to get ready and we're going to go to the bookstore, I think. Back from the bookstore. I ended up getting one book, which is fine. I like kind of just going and getting casual books. I was gonna get Ritual by Chloe, I can't quite remember her last name because that is my book club pick for the month. But then my sister texted me and conveniently was like, I have that book, do you want to borrow it to read? And I was like, you know what, sure, that's easier. We ended up picking up Us Against You, which is the second book to Beartown. I read Beartown last year, was absolutely traumatized by it in the best way possible. I thought it was incredibly well written. The characters were incredibly well developed. It was so intense, but it touched on such important topics that I was just absolutely obsessed with it. So I've been very, very scared to continue the series. I believe there are 3 books in the series. Frederick Backman as well is just wonderful at writing. Very nervous to continue it, but I think it's time. Jamie has very much been convincing me recently, and yeah, I think it's time to continue it. So I decided to pick up the second book. It's a lot shorter than I thought. It is 400 pages still, but it's a little bit shorter than I thought. I'm excited though. The covers are also just stunning, although the flop is not there. It's non-existent at this point, which I don't love, but it's fine. I do really want to annotate this. I feel like I should have annotated Beartown. Maybe we could reread and annotate it. But these are just such annotating worthy books. Like the quotes in this, the way Frederick Backman writes is incredible. I also made myself a peppermint tea. There's definitely a lot of books that I really have my eye on at the moment, but I am trying to get through my physical TBR at the moment. So I want to knock a few more off before I go and buy a bunch more. And I am hoping I'll read this one quite soon. So that is why I picked this one up. And then we also decided to go on a little walk. I didn't end up going to a coffee shop today because it was so nice outside. So I decided to go and sit in the sun and read my book. I actually started Breaking Point a few days ago, a day ago. I'm reading it very quickly by Mads Rafferty. This is her newest book, actually. I am so excited that I got to read this early. It's not quite out yet. This is an ARC copy and I am having so much fun with it. It is a hockey romance, really just what I needed at the moment after the books that I've been reading. Having so much fun with this. Highly recommend. I am 50% through, absolutely loving the characters. We started our walk on 50% and we are now 60% through. So we read 10% on the walk. So much hard. No, actually I expected it to be hard. I was going to say it's so much harder than I thought to walk and read at the same time, but it actually wasn't as hard as I thought. Once I got into the rhythm of it, it was okay. I am just naturally quite a clumsy person, so I kind of had to be aware of my surroundings a little bit more. Whenever there were roads nearby, I had to be extra aware. So I do recommend being aware when you walk. Don't recommend doing it with anything but a Kindle. I feel like that would be extremely difficult. I'm glad we checked that one off the list, and I know now that it's a possibility that if I want to go for a walk, definitely not with my dog. I would not be able to walk my dog and read at the same time. That would be too much. But I definitely could just go for a walk in the sun if I want to go for a nice little walk. And then, as I said, we found a little bench, we sat down, we read for a while. Honestly, kind of just sat there and reflected a lot. I like doing that. The sun was just so nice. I haven't been out in the sun for a while because it's been really rainy here recently. So it was just nice to get out again. But yeah, highly recommend taking yourself on just a little time. Just like how, so you can have some you time. Do something for you. If it's book related, I feel like you get bonus points in my eyes. Always great to have a little pop socket as well when you're walking so you can hold it like that. Highly recommend as well. But yeah, so we ended up ticking a few more things off the list, which was really fun. I think that's it for right now. I'll probably talk to you in a day or so and we'll start ticking more things off the list. So something I've been wanting to get a lot better at is not going on my phone whilst reading. Just been finding that I recently have been getting really, really distracted whilst reading. I've just been scrolling on my phone so quickly, like as soon as I'm slightly disinterested or something, something pops into my head, I'll just quickly go onto my phone. And I feel like that's just been really influencing how much I'm actually getting read, and not that I want to get read as much as humanly possible, but I want to read as much as I can in a day, and I want to be able to enjoy the book. And when I'm constantly getting distracted, I just get taken out of the book so quickly. What I've been starting to do a little bit more, and what I want to kind of start to implement, so this is another thing we want to check off our bucket list, is to be doing like little reading sprints. So we're going to be doing an hour reading sprint. It is 3:13 in the afternoon at the moment. I've just logged off uni. I've just finished some of my assessment work, so I figured this is a perfect time to kind of unwind. As I said, we're going to do an hour, so I'll get that ready now. I have a hot chocolate because it just is like the perfect thing for a reading sprint. In Australia, obviously it's winter at the moment, and it doesn't get as cold as a lot of you do. And I love to do my hot chocolates with just like raw cacao powder, raw honey, just because they're really, really good for like women's health especially. Not that I'm an expert at anything, but it does help me. And cinnamon, because I love cinnamon. Kind of a makeshift hot chocolate, if you will. As for what we are currently reading, it's been a few days since I updated you. We are reading, this is so exciting, we are reading Not Quite Dead by Holly Jackson. Now, did I start this 2 days ago? Yes. Am I getting close to finishing it? Also yes, because it's a Holly Jackson book and I can't put her books down. If I had more time, I probably would have finished this already. How many pages do we have left? We are at 293 at the moment, about 420 pages in this. So I don't know if we'll finish it, but we might get close to finishing, which would be good. I usually read about 100 pages an hour, but depends on the book. This is a very easy book to read, so I might be able to read more. I am loving it so far. I am having such a fun time. It's a very fun problem solving kind of book. It's not scary in any sense, and I'm definitely have a lot of questions. I have a little bit of like an intel. I don't know, maybe I have an idea of who's done it, but I genuinely am not too sure, and we're getting close to the end. So I'm kind of surprised I haven't gotten a better theory by now. Kind of disappointed in myself, but hey, the characters are also really, really fun in this book. So I am loving it. I'm having the best time. Just what I needed after reading Catabasis. That was such a whirlwind of emotions. But yeah, anyway, let's finish this together, or let's just read for an hour. I've got my timer set for an hour and we'll start. Let's read for an hour. And this phone is going away. I'll keep you updated with little time updates. Oh my god. The timer is now at 34 minutes. We've been reading for almost half an hour. I am flying through this. I'm reading so much quicker than I usually do. I think because it's quite big font as well, and it's like, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's very big font. We're at page 352. I am having so much fun. There have already been a few things happen that I just didn't see coming from a mile away. So addicted. Like, I don't even want to go on my phone right now because I'm just so addicted to this. No way. We've actually only got 14 minutes left of the timer, and I'm already at page 409 because let's just say some of the pages were blank for some reason. So I'd say about 10 weren't actually there. So I think we're actually going to be able to finish it because I've only got like, oh, maybe even less than 20 pages left. Heaps less than I thought. Okay, so we're about to finish it. I'm very proud of myself. I always love finishing books, and this one has been so much fun. So let's finish it. I knew it. Oh my god. No. Wow, she really just left all the plot twists for the last 2 pages. No, there's more, but oh my god. We have 4 minutes left and I am literally reading the last page of this book. This was intense. It really just was intense until the last minute. I'm so surprised I finished that. We have 4 minutes left still, but I'm just gonna cancel that now because obviously there's not a point in continuing. That is why we do little reading sprints like that, because it like makes you actually finish books when you are so close. Like I knew I could have finished that today and I wasn't sitting down and I wasn't reading. I don't know what I'll rate it. I feel like 4.5 2.5, maybe 4. I did really enjoy it. The ending felt very, very rushed, but it kind of made sense in the circumstances. So it's kind of hard to critique that. I really liked seeing Holly Jackson step out into the adult thriller world. That was really fun. It was fun to see her writing change a little bit because I've only read YA thrillers by her. My favorite book by her is 5 Survive, but I do think this is definitely close. Like, I enjoyed this a lot more than like some of the other Good Girls Guide to Murder books. I love the Good Girls Guide to Murder, but the third one was my favorite. I enjoyed it more than that. I enjoyed it more than the reappearance of Rachel Price. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites by her. I highly recommend getting it if you're in a book slump. Adding it to the TBR for whenever you feel like you're in a book slump. It's so quick because you've got that short time period, like 7 days. It immediately makes things like under pressure, and you want to know what's happening as much as you can. I truly did not really guess what was going on. I did have a few inklings and they kind of panned out, but there were more mysteries than I thought to solve, if that makes sense. Like, you understand as you start reading, but I thought it was really, really well done. I really liked seeing Holly Jackson in this new environment, and I really hope she writes more because this was super, super fun. Highly, highly suggest, highly recommend for when it comes out, which I believe is very, very soon. That is your sign to do a reading sprint because we finished a book, so that's really fun. I think the next books I read are going to be all for another vlog, so I won't talk about them in this video. And another thing checked off the bucket list. I feel like I've been wearing this jumper so much in this video, and it's actually been over a numerous amount of days. I just am really liking it at the moment. It's a new jumper, and I feel like as soon as you get a new jumper, it's like you have to wear it for a certain amount of time. Anyway, I just wanted to give a little outro to this video because obviously it's kind of hard to give a proper outro, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you had fun and kind of just got you back in the spirit of things. I find just watching bookish content like this really just inspires me, so hopefully it inspires you as well. I definitely want to start making this a series. I would love to keep doing this. I really definitely want to go to the library at some point soon. There's a few other things I could definitely tick off the list. I'd love to make it a series if you guys have fun watching this. But as of now, that is everything we are going to do for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you've watched till the end, you literally mean the world to me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're having a good current read, and all my best wishes to you. I'll see you in my next video.